You know how you can feel time passing right now? Like actually feel it. You felt yesterday happen. You're experiencing this exact moment. And tomorrow hasn't happened yet. That's just obvious, right? So how can physicists look at all of that and say time is an illusion? What does that even mean? If time isn't real, then what exactly is ticking forward right now while I'm talking to you? This isn't just some abstract physics debate. This is about something you experience every single second. You wake up, time passes. You go to bed. You were a kid, now you're older. Things change. Events happen in order. Cause comes before effect. Your entire life is built on the assumption that time is flowing from past to future. So if someone tells you that's all an illusion, that kind of breaks everything, doesn't it? Let me try to walk through this. Imagine you're watching a movie, not streaming it, but holding an actual film reel in your hands. Every frame already exists on that reel. The beginning is there, the middle is there, the ending is already physically present. The whole story exists all at once as a complete object. When you watch the movie, you don't experience it that way. You see one frame, then the next frame, then the next. You experience it as a sequence, as movement, as time passing. But the film itself, it's not moving through time. It just exists. Your experience of watching it creates the illusion of flow. Now, this is where it gets weird. What if reality is like that film reel? What if every moment that ever happened or ever will happen already exists as part of one complete structure? Your birth is there. This exact second is there. Your death is there. The whole thing just sitting there, all at once. But you're like the person watching the movie. You can only experience one frame at a time. You call that frame now. The frames you already experienced, you call the past. The frames you haven't experienced yet, you call the future. But they're all just frames on the same reel. They all exist equally. Wait, but things change. I can see things changing. Doesn't that prove time is moving? Change is real. Things are different in different frames, but change doesn't require time to be flowing. Think about it like this. You have a photo of yourself as a baby and a photo of you now. Both photos exist right now. They're both real. The baby version and the current version both exist as part of your complete history. Nothing is flowing. The difference just exists. Your entire life, from birth to death, might exist the same way, as a complete four-dimensional object. You're not moving through time. You just exist across time. All of it, at once, like a sculpture. If all moments exist equally, why do you only experience now? Why do you remember the past but not the future? This is where human perception becomes the key. Your brain is part of the structure too, and the way your brain is wired, it can only access one moment at a time. It processes information in a specific direction. It builds memories backwards and anticipates forward. That creates the sensation of moving through time, but the movement isn't in reality. It's in how you're experiencing reality. Think of it like reading a book. The whole book exists, all the pages are there, but you can only read one page at a time. You experience the story in sequence, first chapter 1, then chapter 2, but the book itself isn't flowing. You're just moving your attention through it. Now, let me compare two ways of thinking about this. The common sense view says time is like a river. It flows. The past washes away. The future hasn't arrived yet. You're surfing on the present moment as it rushes forward. That matches how it feels, but it creates problems. Where does the past go? Where is the future hiding? What pushes the present forward? The physics view says time is like space, just another dimension. You don't think the place you were in yesterday stopped existing when you left it. Chicago doesn't vanish because you flew to New York. Both places exist. You just moved from one to the other. Same with time. All moments exist. You just experience them in order because of how your consciousness works. The really counterintuitive part, the units we use to measure time, seconds, hours, days, those are human inventions. We made them up by watching things repeat. The Earth spins, that's a day. The Earth orbits, that's a year. We just counted cycles and divided them into chunks. But counting something doesn't make it a thing. You can measure space in inches or meters, but the measurement isn't space itself. It's just how we quantify it. Same with time. We measure change using repeating patterns, but the measurement isn't the thing we're measuring. The thing we're measuring is just the difference between states, the arrangement of atoms here versus the arrangement of atoms there. All those arrangements exist. We just labeled them with numbers and called it time. So when physicists say time is an illusion, they don't mean nothing changes. Change is absolutely real. They mean the flowing, the passing, the sense that you're riding a wave from past to future. That's a trick of perception. That's how your consciousness experiences a reality that just is. And honestly, this might be why time feels so weird sometimes, why boring moments drag on forever and exciting moments fly by. You're not measuring time itself, you're measuring your experience of change, and that's wildly subjective. Your brain speeds up and slows down the playback depending on what's happening, but the frames themselves, they're all the same length. They all just exist. So to answer the question, time is called an illusion because what you think is happening, this flow from past to future, isn't actually happening in physical reality. Reality just exists as a complete whole, past, present, and future all at once. You experience it sequentially because that's how consciousness works. You're reading the book one page at a time, but the book doesn't care what page you're on. It's already written, beginning to end. All there, all real, all now.